Okay, so we'll begin with our session. So today, I just wanted to tell you how the projects and the overview works with it. So basically, whenever we are dealing with any projects, it's very important for us to understand what is the business and what is the requirement, correct? So now, this is the data what we are having now. So which includes the columns as order ID, customer name, product category, product name, sales data, and the quantity and the price, and also the total sales with the customer email, region, discounts, remark, discount fields, net sales, right? So these are the some of the fields we'll be having in the real time. So whatever it might be the domain, whether it is a banking, whether it is a customer related, or else service based, or else e-commerce based, whatever it might be. So data is everywhere, correct? So we have to understand what kind of business that you are dealing with for analysis and what are the categories we are having. And about the business, you have to understand in deep. Okay. So this is the main thing what is the required for the analyst, right? So now, as soon as you get the data, so the data can be in the different source, whatever it might be. So it will be in the many sources will be there. So basically, order ID, customer name, and the product category, product name, sales date, quantity, unit size, right? So, and also the total sales. So these are all the columns. So now you have to understand after receiving the data, after reading the data, what is its state? Okay. The state of the data you have to understand. Do we have the null values or do we have the blank values? Do we have the zeros? So what we are having in this data, the first rectifications you have to make. So one will be having the raw data and another one will be having the retailed data out here. So which means that the cleaning part we have to make with the help of the Power Query. Over here in the data tab, we'll be having a session called as get and transform data. In that, we'll be having the sources of data where we can fetch from, right? So we can fetch the data from the text or CSV, from the web, and from the table or range, we can fetch it. And also we can fetch the data from the picture and the recent sources and also the existing tables. So these are all the some of the sources we can implement on, right? We can fetch the data on. So basically, what is this fetching the data or getting the data called as? So here, fetching or getting the data is nothing but from where you collect the data or gather the data. That comes over here, get and transform. So here, so from the table or range. So from the table or range means if existing sheet has a table or range of the data, so then it is called as a table or range. So now I have been connected with that table or range. Okay. So in our live sessions, we can see it out in deep how and what we can do with this. But just see here. So this is the data what we are having now. So for this particular data also we can fetch with the help of the images also. So we'll see that. So now I told you, so these are the data set. So now what we have to do is we have to check with the business requirement first. So what domain it is? It is in the domain of retail sales. Okay. So we have to clarify the business requirement at the top one. So what is the business requirement we are having? So the first one we have what are the total net sales by the region. Okay. So this is the first question the business is asking you as an analyst. So you have to check it and you have to give the inputs for them. So what is that total net sales by the region? So it might be quarterly, yearly, monthly. It depends on again, right? Again on the data what you have been collected. So now based on this, we can rectify that which product category is generating the most sales. Okay, product category, what kind of categories of the product are selling more in our retail shop or retail stores, right? And apart from that, we have to calculate also the monthly sales, uh, the trend for the products, right? For the 6 months, or it can be for the 12 months, a year, or 2 years. The trend analysis we have to make because to understand the time series, how the data has been uh, driven. The time analysis we have to make, that is also called as time series. Okay, so it is also called as a time series. The calculations, whatever we make it on the basis of the trend patterns like monthly, yearly, quarterly, right? So these all are comes to that the trend analysis. And also the business requirement is there for analysis for the customers who purchase more than five five orders, right? So that can be again added with the filters uh, by choosing the order ID, so we can fetch the informations of it. So like this, we'll be having a lot many, and also what are the late delivery remarks we are having, that we have to fetch the information. Even that also will helps us to find the reason for late delivery, what it might be the reason, right? So these are all the some of the things the business requirement will be having. So we have to rectify what exactly the going on with the businesses, right? So this is what the business requirement is, and we have to understand according to the needs of the business. And later on, here, whenever we are dealing with the requirements, see, whenever it might be cleaning of the data, it might be rectifying the errors, whatever, the assumptions will be taken to the data. So that all assumptions you have to record it. Okay, so how do you record these assumptions? So basically, so whenever the data has some or the other assumptions, like you can think of, so in the discounted places, already discounted, decided based on the customers. Okay, if I decide based on the customers, what discount rate need to be given, so that can't be changed. If there is a null, so then no discounts are provided, and we can't add any other values to that, correct? So whenever in that scenario, we have to take care of that 0 percentages need, or to fill the null values, we can add it. So one with the replace value we can do, or else we are having another options by writing the formulas also. We can write the customize the columns for the data. Okay, so these are the alternative ways to fill the blank or null values we are having. So here, very importantly, whenever we deal with the Excel and Excel data cleaning or Excel dashboard creations, first and foremost, you have to be more creative to create a dashboards, because the uniqueness matters a lot. And again, so apart from that, you have to think of here the analysis, what the business requirement they are asking or seeking from us. Okay, so these are the domain, and you have to understand, and you have to understand the the stakeholders behavior and the stakeholders interest also. So here the stakeholders, who are the stakeholders? Basically the stakeholders are the person who will be analyzing your dashboard once it is completed, correct? So you have to understand their expectations, so that you can create according to their needs, right? So if it is so, so we can create exactly the according to the needs of that. So the satisfactions of the dashboards, whatever you create, it will be there from the both there. So these are the some of the tips and hacks what you have to follow before getting into this domain. And then over here, so we'll come back to this. So as I told you, whenever we are cleaning the data in an Excel, so right, so we have to follow some steps out there. So first you have to record the raw data, and then you have to convert that into a table and add to the Power Query editor, that is nothing but ETL tool. So once it is added, so it is mandatory for us to maintain the all the graphs. Okay, all the graphs which you make it, so everything should be added in the same sheet. Okay, so this is the graphs, what this is the static graph using the power pivot chart we have been done. But you have to create the responsive, in the sense interactive dashboards, the charts, and the graph using the Power BI, and also by AI agent you can create it. Okay, so these are the steps we'll be teaching you in the further classes. Just have an overlook how the projects will be working on. The first, you will be reading the data, and the second, you are transforming the data and cleaning it accordingly. And later on, you'll read the business requirement, what exactly they are asking for. As soon as you read that, you'll be having an idea that what we have to calculate. So suppose the business is asking for us to calculate the total sales, right? So total sales, how do I calculate? By the region, correct? So if I wanted to calculate by a region, so I have to think of the total net sales calculations first, and then I can rectify it. Right. So these are the things we have to identify. So now you can see it out over here. So we are having the raw labels, that is east, north, south, and west. And here we are having the sum of net sales. Okay. So by the region. So here we don't have an ascending order or descending order sorted to identify which region are of top in the sales. We can make that one also by choosing the order sorting, right? So just make here to select data and go here and sort it accordingly. Okay, so here you have the data has been sorted. The first place goes to east, and then north, and then south, and then west, right? So this is how the data works. And if you see according to this only, the data has been rectified. Suppose you wanted to label any values out here to make the best visibility. So you heard we are having with the themes, okay? So these are the by default themes what we get. So you can use that themes accordingly. And also you can label the data. So inside the table or outside the data. So here again, so you'll be having the values also assigned to that. So this makes like, the clear visibility and understanding. Okay, so you can make like, AI generated graphs also, but these are the static one, the entry level dashboard creations with the Excel. Okay, so now any doubts in this? Any doubts or questions need to be asked related to the topic what we are discussing now? So are we there, everyone? Shuma, Syed, Lijita, and also Mehul. Okay. So these are the first stage of the the projects what we are going to handle. And then later on we'll be moving the same data set. Okay. As of now, I have taken like, for the better understanding, we have been dealing with 100 records. And we are having with the data sets which has more than 10,000, more than 50,000, 60,000 of data sets. Okay. So whatever it might be, the data normalization is very important. You have to learn how to break down the big data into the smaller one and start cleaning it. So that is the advanced level over here. So that is the concept called as data normalizations, right? So usually the normalizations refers to cleaning of the data, okay, making the data into the smaller parts. Why we do that? Because of the better view, we will be doing that, okay? So that is called as data normalizations. Why we have to do? We have to do that because for the better understanding and the better visualizations creations will be doing that. And the second business requirement was there, we have to find out what product we are having with the highest sales. So again, so if you add this to the pivot table or a pivot chart, so you can rectify that in the rows, you'll be adding the product category and the sum of all the net sales if you may. So then net sales is also calculated in the Power query. Okay, by writing the formula, we have to create a table for a column for the net sales. Net sales can be created how? by total price, subtracting if there is any discounted values, we have to subtract that with that, and then we have to divide that by 100. So whatever the percentage we assign, that it has to be removed, and again it has to be subtracted by the total sales. Then only we are able to rectify the net sales of the product. Correct. So after doing this, we'll be having the net sales. Once we have a net sales, then only we can able to analyze the data, right? So now again, clothing, furniture, home appliances, electronics, right? So these are the categories what we are having in this particular table, the data sets of the retail of some other business organizations. So now we are able to compare the things among them. So how do we compare? So with the help of the pivot chart, we can do the comparisons for this. And also the values also can be added along with it. So you can observe out here. So even this also the styling. So can be styled accordingly. So this is the static Excel dashboard. So we can create a dashboard with the help of Python. We can create the dashboard with the help of Power BI and also the quick site as well, right? So these things are the basic one what we everyone like you have to understand at the beginning level. So just I'm showing the overview how you can create a charts for this particular data sets. Okay, just it's an overview, so we can learn everything in deep in our live classes. But now we can see for this again the third questions what we are having on the basis of the months, the trend analysis from Jan to December. So we are having with the trend analysis. So it's an up and down. So as of now in the December, we are having with the declining state, but in the month of August, it has the highest sales in the month of August itself. Okay. So the year is not mentioned. We can take it as a previous year, that is 2024 data. Okay. So the recent one. So from Jan to December, how was the performance? And you have to compare that to the today's values also. So this is the up to the data and its requirement, how the flow is going on. So you can apply the filter also over here. So if in case you want only the last 6 months, just take here. So suppose it is a September. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So you can make it out only the 6 months of records. So now you can see this will be only for the 6 months according to the business needs. Right? So these are the things. So, and this is how the trend goes on. So accordingly, if you want to have the units to be mentioned in the chart, go here, designs over here, add labels at the center or left or right, above looks good. So above you add, and the values also will be represented along with the details. Okay. So and parallelly, so as soon as we create graphs for each of the questions, okay. So as soon as we create graph for each of the questions, we have to create a dashboards accordingly. Okay. So we have to create a dashboards accordingly because the dashboards are very important and the dashboards will be given. So creation of the dashboard also we are having with some of the rules and responsibilities we have to follow. Here all the dashboards need to be always shown in the key matrix, that is key integrity has to be shown, and let me show you that here in the GitHub. Projects overview, I'll show you. See, I just give this URL for your quick summarizations notes. Okay. Go back here, go to the chat and have a look at that particular Git URL. Okay. And then it gives you the complete in-depth of knowledge, the areas and the domain and the types of it and what is the analysis and its type. And then, so apart from that, we are having with the projects, the academic portfolio and the dashboards of the revenue tracker. See, always you have to start with the key performance indicator. This is an Excel dashboards, okay? So I want you to create a project in the same manner, and if you are doing more better, so then that's well and good. So this is the overview. So what is data and its overview, you have to write it out, and then what exactly you are going to achieve, and in what are the tools you'll be using. That is the Power Query, which is nothing but ETL tool. Okay, ETL is nothing but extract transformation load. In that you are use the Power Query, which is a product of Microsoft. Usage are can be done with the Excel, and also can we do the same thing with the Power BI also. And then EDA process, which is nothing but we call it as exploratory data analysis. So everything need to be uh, visualized in such a way that the graph only speaks a lot about the data, right? And the retention rate, okay. And you have to write for everything the context. You can use the AI to write the content, not an issue. But you have to frame the MD file with these kind of reportings. Okay. So now enrollment trends we are having, and we are having insights reports and overall conclusions you have to write, and also the final recommendation. And one missed out is resource. Where did we get the data from? And what kind of data it is, right? So the dashboards need to be created like this. So this is just I was doing it for the previous session, so just I thought of to show you the same thing to you during the creations, right? So any doubts or questions? Mehul, Syed, Suma, Legit, so any Legita, sorry. So any doubts or questions we can discuss for today. And the management is trying to call you, so just attend the call, and if interested, make a payment. And try to respond to their calls. They have told that no one is receiving the call when they are made a follow-up calls. Just receive the call and update about your interest, not an issue in that, and it's not a problem at all. So now the curriculum starts from tomorrow. So let me know if you are interested, just register, and we can start up with the sessions. Apart from that, do you have any doubts or questions related to the domain? We can discuss it out. Yeah, so if in case you are having with your workplace data set, you can try working or practicing with that itself, like export that data and raise some business requirement from the management what you get on a frequent basis. So you can try practicing with the existing one only, so that you can add the same thing in your data sets, not an issue.
Madam, I have one question. Can we make a dashboard inventory management system like a database, traditional database,
Mm.
and
Oh
we
yeah,
can
you can.
analyze? Yeah.
Yeah, we can make a traditional database, not an issue in the with a SQL Server. If you are having with a huge data, we can break down that into the requirement. Suppose how you wanted to have a breakdown value, so that you can add it out.
But at a real time, we don't need to do any database creation or table creation or trigger creation. We only work on the analysis part, right? Like as a data analytics at the workplace.
Correct, correct. But sometimes, according to the requirement, you have to learn how to create a table and how to add the values to the table from the external sources. That again, I'll teach you how to make it out with the 2 to 3 instances. If you have a knowledge, then you can maintain, manage in your workplace, not an issue in that.
Okay, but nowadays, like in the mostly they use the banking sector, they use Microsoft Excel, pivot table mostly they use, and a chart.
Yes.
At the presentation, they use the chart and dashboard.
Yeah.
And yeah, programming language they use the Python, like for their Java they use for application development.
Okay. Okay.
They
Yeah.
already have an application, so they work on the Java application. And
Mm.
database they use Microsoft SQL Server.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then not an issue. Microsoft SQL or else the normal SQL or Oracle SQL.
Yeah,
Whatever it
everything
might
are
be.
similar. SQL is
Yeah.
similar.
Everything,
ESKL.
the query languages, the same only. The software changes. That's it.
But
So
Oracle
not
is
an
more
issue.
concise. Oracle is more mostly used for the security purpose. They use like
Yeah.
banking transaction and everything compared to
Exactly.
SQL. Yeah,
Yeah.
MySQL.
Yeah. But the fetching of the data for you, the query languages are same with all the servers, whatever the software we are using. So that is the part. So as I told you, so here when it comes to the projects, we will be learning the similar kind of projects. So for all the domains, and I'll be providing you the resources also where the data gets from, and according to that we'll be giving the assignments, so you have
Okay.
to perform accordingly. So and then after the frequent practices, the doubt arises, we can clarify and discuss within the sessions period
So
only.
can we import multiple data? Can we import data from the multiple databases? Like some data is required from the Oracle, some data is from the SQL Server, MySQL, and
Correct.
Power BI in Microsoft Excel also.
Correct, so we can do that. So here we are having a get and
Data
get
Power.
data. So
Okay.
here you can see these are the formats which supports to the database SQL Server, and here from text, XML, JSON, PDF, folders, Azure, cloud can be connected, and the data lake, warehouses, Dataverse, and also here from website or ODBC, and also the empty query, and also you can combine and merge the tables and append the data. So these are the some of the things you can make it out.
Okay. So when we import the data from multiple sources, so all the data are juggling, right? Like
Correct.
titles and a mismatch. So data cleaning process will be done
Correct.
and
So here the
sorted out.
data cleaning process, yeah, so data cleaning process can be done with the Power Query editor. So
Okay.
here you can see this is our Power Query. So no need of writing the manual formula for each and every basic cleaning. So this ETL is a extraction, transformation, and load, which works on the GUI mode and with the M code. Whatever you do with the interactive mode by clicking all the settings, here everything will be added with the auto-generated formula will be happening. So that is called as M code. Okay, so here if you want to check with the quality of the data, so over here in the view there is a column distribution and column profile. So if you enable that too, so here you can see how many values are valid, how many are error, and how many are empty. So as of now in the previous session have been cleaned this data, so that's why it's showing every data as 100% valid, but before that it has an errors, and before
Okay.
that it was having a null value. So if it is there, the percentage shows that how many empty spaces are there and how many error values we are having. So these are the things what we have to rectify among the data. So this is the cleaning part. So cleaning can be done with the ETL, that is Power Query editor.
Okay. But right now trend is the AI. So once AI enter into market, so our job is secure, right? It's not gone.
No, nothing like that. So if it is AI instruct you what to do and what not to do, so you are the person who works manually out here for the data cleaning steps, right? So you have
Okay.
to make that happen. And
Okay.
yeah, yes.
So AI will not do everything. Some of the part,
No,
like we'll get the help from the AI, but still they require for
yes,
the manpower.
exactly, because it creates everything. Also, some of the organizations they have been opted for the AI, like Julie's AI. So Walmart and GHX, these are the companies they are using with these kind of AI tools internally to their or employees. So what they are doing is they'll be integrated with that. So all the graphs will be generated automatically. But the thing is, they are not interactive. They are static.
Yes,
Okay,
they can't
so
interact with
if
the
yeah,
stakeholders. Yes.
yes, if you wanted to make an interactive dashboard, so human power is very important so that it shows your uniqueness in that dashboard. So as soon as you share it via cloud, so then everyone can apply the filters with the help of slicers or timelines or whatever you create. So that cannot be done with the AI. Okay, so it can
Okay.
create the graph interactively, but not with the image based. It creates with a coding based with the help of matplotlib or anything. Even that also can be done with the AI, so not an issue in that.
But what about the developer part, like Python full stack developer? So those jobs are also replaced by the AI or still available? Like,
Yeah, most of the like the web development. So if in case if the stakeholders are having the knowledge of the AI completely, how to write the prompt, until and unless the individual learn how to write the prompt, so they are not able to make a usage of the AI, because for every configurations they have to have some knowledge, like what element they have to change. Suppose the thing you would see that in the business requirement in the hero sections, we want an animated video. Suppose you can take it out data analytics only. I want my website to be generated with the Python programming with the HTML, CSS, and Trailers or whatever the styling, the options we are having. So I wanted to use all those things, and I want a website in such a way that I want all the tools and technologies and the graphs to be popping up in the animated way in the first windows in the hero session of my website. I'll tell the same thing to the AI to generate with a prompt, but there will be some or one or the other mistakes has been done with the AI, because
yes, so that means correction will not be happen with AI, like later on. AI will be
correct.
generated the that is default.
Yeah, it generates the default, but whatever the mistakes you it happen, if you tell that, it recreates. There is no
Okay.
problem in that. But after recreation also, you should be having a knowledge that the full stack developer has to, if the full stack developer is there, then exactly what is the business requirement, we are able to achieve
They
that.
can troubleshoot, they can modify, okay, they can rectify,
Yes,
okay, according
yes.
to that.
If not, if the business is ready to compromise with whatever the AI is generating, then there is a problem with that. So if the
Yes.
business is object oriented, then there is no scarcity of the job usage. If the business is ready with to compromise with whatever the output we are getting with the AI, because it is not 100% reliable one, there is a some mistakes will be happening here and there in generating the
Yeah,
posters
those
and
business are static business, like static business. They are happy with whatever their default. They are happy, like AI
yes,
in Chat GPT, whatever the questions. If they are happy, there is dynamics all the times is changing their requirements. So those
correct,
business they require manpower. Okay, I got it.
correct, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you. So yeah, today will be our last day of the demo session. So quickly, I'll just tell you the timings of the sessions. And the timings are 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And the sessions, the descriptions, the topics will be given in the website of the DurgaSoft. And also the duration of the courses will be Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then it's 60 days or 45 to 60 days of session. And as soon as the topics are covering, I'll be providing you all the interview questions. and also the projects and the GitHub portfolio. And if possible, we can create a HTML projects with the AI also, not an issue in that. And then we are learning here GitHub and also the cloud platforms along with the course, right? So this is the overall things, and the notes, the documentations will be given to you, and the recorded videos are given by the management in the drive access. Just as soon as you register, every access will be given to you on the day one. Okay. So apart from this, if you are having any doubts or a question, you can ask me now. So we'll inform you. And add recent added, DurgaSoft is providing the placement assistance also to the students who registers with them. So they are having with a dedicated HR team. So they are working on that, right?
Madam, will you make a WhatsApp group for the any questions arise like in between
Yeah.
while you are
Yes.
training Monday to Friday?
Yes, we'll
Okay.
be having, yeah, we'll be having the
For
WhatsApp group.
sharing the knowledge, if I have any doubts or anything, if anybody's they can
No,
solve
no,
or you
no.
can.
We'll be having, yeah, we'll be having the WhatsApp group,
Okay,
not
so no problem. Yeah. So if it is offline, so I can pass the question, so you can answer like if any doubts on projects.
Mm.
And Monday
Yes,
to
yes,
Friday 8 a.m. and Saturday Sunday time will be decided before the one day, right?
yes, exactly.
Any session. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, fine then. So, any questions from anyone? Suma, Shankar, Mehul, and Lijita, and Syed. So, if no doubts, we can wind up for today, and we shall start our session from tomorrow with a paid link, right? Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. So we'll connect tomorrow, and make sure that you attend the calls of the management and let me know your feedbacks to them, and we can connect accordingly as per the management, the form of joining the classes, right? So thank you so much, everyone. So we'll connect tomorrow. Thank you.